Welcome back, learners. After completion of two chapters, we are starting chapter 3rd in chemistry. It is metals and non-metals. So let us explore more. Here you can see the first heading, classification of element. But before that, elements are basic constituent of all matter. An element is the simplest form of matter which cannot be split into simpler substances by any chemical or physical method. So this was the definition for elements. You can say that an element is composed of atoms of same kind. Now presently we are having 118 elements in our periodic table. Out of these 118 elements, we can classify them into metals, non-metals and metalloids. So as you know, our chapter is metals and non-metals. We will study about them in detail. But metalloids are those elements which shows some common properties of both your metals and non-metals like silicon. Here you can see iron, copper, they are metal. Sulfur, chlorine, they are non-metal. So let us know more about it. Who are metals, who are non-metals? First of all, we are studying the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So we are going to distinguish metals and non-metals on the basis of their physical property. First of all, metals are malleable. When I say malleable, it means metals can be beaten into sheet. Okay. Secondly, metals are ductile. Being ductile means they can be drawn into wire. Here you can see. So metals like aluminium, copper, they are commonly used for this purpose. Gold and silver, these are the highly malleable and highly ductile metals. Okay. Now metals are good conductor of heat. Metals conduct heat, and for this purpose we use utensils made of metal for cooking. Now metals are good conductor of electricity. Whatever the wire you are using at your home for the electrical appliances, they all are having metal inside. You can do experiment. You can remove the plastic coat and you can see the metallic wire there. Next is metal are lustrous. Being lustrous means metal are shiny. Okay. We all know that we use gold, silver and platinum for making jewelry. Why? Just because they are shiny. So this is the reason your metals are used for this purpose. Sometimes it appears that some metal like your iron and other metals, sometimes they appear dull. But the freshly cut surface of metal always appears shiny. Now the next thing is metal are generally hard. When I say generally, it means some are not. Like your sodium, potassium, they are the soft metal. They are such soft that you can cut them with the help of a knife. Okay, let's move to the next point. It is metals are solid at room temperature except mercury. Yeah, the same mercury which you find in a thermometer. So let's move. Metals have high melting point and boiling point. Here again same exception. The first group, I mean sodium, potassium, cesium, gallium, these elements are having not very much higher melting point. So they are having low melting point. Now metals have high density. Same exception, the soft metal are not having such a high density. Metals are sonorous. Being sonorous means when metals are hit by some object, they produce sound, a ringing sound. That's why the bell you see in temple, they are made up of metal. So these were the various properties which we have discussed about metals. Now, here you can see picture A and picture B. These pictures are activity to demonstrate that metal is good conductor of heat and metal are good conductor of your electricity. How? Let's see. In picture A you can see that this is a metallic rod, okay, and with the help of wax we have we have pasted their iron nail. Okay, on heating the corner of this metal from here, as metal are good conductor of heat, this heat will be passed toward the rod. Now, when your wax will get heated, these iron nail will drop one by one. This activity demonstrates that metal is good conductor of heat. You can do the same activity using anything else. Look, our cooking utensils, they get heated at the bottom and they supply this heat to the food, and in this manner the food get cooked. Okay, that can be said. Here in B, you can see that an electric circuit has been set up. You are having bulb, battery, and here for the purpose of switch we have taken aluminium foil. We all know that aluminium is a metal, that's why a good conductor of electricity, and just because of it the electricity is flowing through the circuit, and as a result you can see the bulb is glowing. Now seeing these two activity, we can say that our metals are good conductor of heat as well as electricity. Now the next topic is physical properties of non-metal. So all the properties we discussed about metal, we will discuss about non-metal, and we will understand how they differ from each other. Let's start. So first of all, neither malleable nor ductile, are brittle, break easily. It means that our non-metals are neither malleable, we cannot turn them into sheet by beating using some hammer. They are not ductile, we cannot draw them into wire. They are brittle, it means they break easily. Second thing, they do not conduct heat and electricity. There are some exceptions. Look, being a non-metal, graphite, which is an allotropic form of carbon, it conducts electricity. Next, non-metal are non-lustrous, not shiny. They appear dull. It is not always true. Look, graphite, that is a non-metal, again it's lustrous. Next thing, they are generally soft except diamond. Diamond is the hardest material on earth, so that's why it's an exception. Next is, your non-metals can be solid, liquid or gases at room temperature. Let me give you some example. A non-metal which is solid, like your carbon, okay, sulfur. Second thing, which are liquid, bromine is the only non-metal which is liquid. Lastly, gases. Overall, there are 11 gases which are non-metal, like your oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. Okay. Next thing, they having low melting point and boiling point. Again, exception is diamond. Just because you know that it is hardest material, so its melting point is very high. Non-sonorous, they do not produce any ringing sound when they are hit hard. You can do one thing, you can drop a metallic plate, or second thing, you can drop some coal piece or these kind of things which are available at your home, then you can clearly see the difference. So let's move. Now we are discussing the exception in detail. Starting from the very beginning, all metal except mercury exist as solid at room temperature. So we have discussed it that mercury is our only metal which is liquid. Next thing, metals have high melting point, but gallium and cesium, note it, they are having very low melting point. They can even melt on your palm. Next thing, iodine is a non-metal, but again it is lustrous. Next thing, carbon is non-metal that can exist in different forms, and these forms are called allotrope. A new term for all of you. Allotrope means such a property due to which an element can exist in two or more than two physical forms. By chemical formula, by the chemical properties, they all are same. Exception is in only their physical property, just because of their structure. Diamond, graphite, coal, coke, these all forms are your allotrope of carbon. Now let's see what's the point. Diamond, an allotrope of carbon, is hardest natural substance known to have very high melting and boiling point. Secondly, graphite, which is another allotrope of your carbon that conduct electricity. Okay, we have understood this thing. We discussed it earlier, and now you have to keep in mind what are allotropes. Next and last thing, alkali metals. Okay, a new term again. Look students, alkali are those bases which get dissolved to water. Now alkali elements are your first group elements like your lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So these are alkali metal just because their oxide when react with water they form bases which are soluble in water. For this reason they are called alkali metals. So alkali metals like lithium, sodium and potassium, they are very soft, they can be cut by a knife and they are having low density, low melting boiling point as we discussed earlier. Now we have discussed about metals, non-metals. We have differentiated them on the basis of their physical property. At the end of this video, now I am asking questions to you so that you can evaluate what you have learned so far. Here you can see the question 1 says, give an example of metal which is liquid at room temperature. Very easy task for all of you. You can easily say it's mercury and the symbol is Hg. Next thing, can be easily cut with knife. The recent point, all alkali metals, as you have heard, your sodium, potassium. Okay. Next thing, best conductor of heat. So students, the best conductor of heat is your silver. Lastly, is poor conductor of heat. Okay, this point probably missed. We know that metals are good conductor of heat, but there are exceptions. Lead is a metal which is poor conductor of heat. Now question 2, you have to explain the meaning of malleable and ductile. We have discussed that. It must be easy for all of you. First of all, malleable means the property because of which metal can be beaten into sheet. Ductile means the property because of which your metals can be drawn into wire. So that's all for today students. Keep learning and ask your queries.